Are you dating a deadbeat? Yep, that's our subject today. Joining us, of course, is David Seeger from Great Lakes Credit Union. Nice to see you. You look so dapper this morning. And then your Oscar Monday gear.
Exactly.
I like it.
That's what we're ready for.
All right, so before we get to this great subject, let's check in with today's markets.
The indices today for the stocks looks like we're going to start at 9:30 above where we were on Friday. Up 47 for the Dow. S&P is up, and so is the NASDAQ.
Don't they know about this sequester headed our way? Doom and gloom?
They're blowing it off. Not a problem. They figured, well, it has to be a deceleration, not a recession this time. I'm not so sure.
Right.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know next Monday our subject is going to be very interesting because Friday is the deadline.
That's
so
right. We'll
look forward to that. Well, I don't look forward to it. It's not the right terms there, but you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Okay, so are you dating a deadbeat? This is a great subject. Now, finances are very important when finding your mate, evidently.
Very much so. In the event that, let's say, if you do get a long-term committed relationship with this individual, if you try to buy a house or something to that effect, you may not be able to because the other individual's credit is so bad. Or you might not get the type of house that you're looking for because you have to go on your own.
Yeah. But you know, when you're dating, you don't want to say the wrong things.
That's
and
right.
it's hard to bring this subject up. You know, what's your credit score?
That's
I mean,
right.
that doesn't typically come up in everyday conversation.
Fortunately, there's some signs, though, that we can look for.
All right, let's talk about these.
And there was a book written called, and it's still out in print, Get Financially Naked, How to Talk Money with Your Honey. And it's just written for the perspective of women.
What are some of the tip-offs?
Some tips are this. He's always insisting on picking up the check at a big dinner and throwing down a credit card without looking at the bill. Kind of a sign of a high roller. Right. I don't care. I've got it. Here, I'm just going to throw the credit card down.
Money's not a concern.
Not a concern. I've got it. That's all there is to it. So that's sign one.
Okay.
2, he lives in a large but sparsely furnished house. So he has all this house, but he can't fill it with furniture. That's another tip-off. He might have something wrong.
That is a good tip.
It is. Yeah. He avoids answering his cell phone. Possibly could be a collector calling.
Creditors.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And one thing that the book recommends is this. If that's the case, you can kind of joke with them and say, do you know, well, I tell you, I get calls from collectors. Isn't it a heck of a deal? Well, not really. Well, how about you? And kind of open it up from there. That's what they recommend.
Interesting.
And if
tricking him into it.
That's trick him into it, right.
Yeah.
And if he leases a car, sometimes, but not always, when somebody leases, that means they're kind of a high roller. They want something big and luxurious, but they can't afford it, so they have to lease it. That could be another sign as well.
Because it is more expensive to buy, at least up front.
Yes, it is. Most definitely. And he asks you to buy things for him or co-sign a loan. Oh, the bank is being stupid. They're not helping me. Those type of stories and excuses. Right, all the time. And you see laying around the house bills marked urgent, past due, and final notice.
That's a good sign.
That's a really good sign right there.
That's pretty much confirmation.
Right. It is. That's how people pay their bills sometimes. You know, they pay the once they final notice and throw the rest away. You know, that's a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I also like this. He admits that his credit cards are maxed out and makes a joke of it, like it's no big deal at all.
Who cares? You know, those guys at the bank. You know, those type of things.
A lot of good advice there. I love these. Again, the book is called Get Financially Naked, How to Talk Money with Your Honey.
Oh,
got it.
And it's written by 2 women. Is it mainly for?
Mainly for women.
Okay, but are there any other books that guy can get? Guys got to know if the girls,
That's right. They're becoming the big earners.
That is true. That is true. I couldn't find any. It was mostly geared toward the ladies.
Maybe a new book title's in the works.
It could be.
All right. Thanks so much, David. We'll talk more next hour.